Welcome to the Eclectic Thrifter and Crafter, where we thrift and craft with purpose. It's Tea Tuesday. Or in my world, Crafty Tuesday. Today we're having Lady Grey tea and Italian pastel cookies. After a quick sip of tea, we're going to move on to our craft haul. And then after that, we're going to move on to our project for today. But first, a cookie. Hello. We are going to begin our craft haul with this 1-yard cut of fusible interfacing. I'm going to be using this to make crazy quilts for the dollhouse. These are some pages from my craft binders. I like to browse through the internet and magazines and save cuttings. I laminate them and put them in my book. So that's what this interfacing is going to be for. This is moss, and I'm going to be using this in our garden projects for the build. We're going to be crushing it and using it to make a moss-covered fountain, as well as the benches. I recently thrifted these little foam craft balls. We'll make topiaries out of these and we'll cover them with the moss. I purchased these cutters on Amazon. These shapes will allow me to make quick work of some of the objects I'll have to make for the build. Everything from furniture items to windows, I'll be able to use these cutters to make those shapes in the paper mache and also mark the cardboard. These cutters will make things so much easier. The prices range anywhere from $6 to $8 on Amazon. This is a set of clay cutting tools that I've purchased. I purchased them for what's in that little plastic box, but these extra knives and the roller came with the set. These tools are really intended for polymer clay. That yellow wedge will clean the clay off of the glass surface I use, but I can also use it to clean clay off the wedging board. Now these are wonderful little shapes. I found them quite by accident on Amazon. These cutters will be perfect for making 1/12 scale items for the kitchen. Everything from canisters to cups. They're just going to be perfect for utilizing polymer clay, earthenware, and the paper mache. So this is our wedging board that we made a week or so ago. And now we're going to get the earthenware ready for our project for today. The wedging board helps to get the moisture out and also get any bubbles out of the clay. Bubbles inside the clay can actually cause your item to crack or break completely during firing. I'm going to have to make several items, maybe as many as 50 or 60, to take them to the ceramist to fire them all at once. Eventually I hope to get a small kiln and be able to do my own firing this summer. There are tabletop kilns you can get for fusing glass as well as clay, making cloisonne. They are tabletop kilns, but they are very expensive. They're around $500. A little bit out of my budget. Nice and smooth. Now we're all set. Now we have our 1-inch square mapped out on our glass. This is a frame I use in the garden for drying seeds, but we're going to use it to dry the small clay items that we make. They'll dry quickly because the air can circulate around the screen. I started a little crock ahead of time on Saturday, and this little item, if you can guess what this item is, let me know in the comments below. I haven't worked in clay in a long time, so I thought I'd get a head start. This is called slip. I made slip from some clay. You just put extra water in it. I put it in the mixer and put it in the jar. And that slip helps to smooth out objects and repair small items, which you'll see in just a jiffy. Emery boards are very handy tools, as well as sandpaper. Unfired clay is called greenware. Using emery boards and small emery boards cut into various shapes will enable you to put a nice finish on your small items. We're going to finish off this crock real quick. A toothbrush comes in very handy with your polymer clay tools. It gives a nice shape on various items that you're going to make with polymer, as well as keeping your emery boards clean. You can save that dust and put it right into your slip container. We're going to smooth out the top of the crock. Very nice. Now we're going to work on the inside. I've taken a rough piece of sandpaper, made it into a cylinder, and given it a nice rub down on the inside, and it smoothed it and rounded it out. We're going to give the outside a final touch. Looking pretty good. Almost done. I'll make the lid out of paper mache once this item's been fired. It'll be a little bit smaller after firing. Now we can see what size it is. It's 3/4 of an inch. And we can use the graph on the glass surface as a guide to keep it level. And I think we're done. Now we'll move on to our mystery item. As I have shared, it's been a long time since I've worked in earthenware. So I pre-made these on Saturday so I can share this process with you. The last of the cutting tools arrived in the mail on Sunday, and so it was time for the haul. Now the little handle there, I actually broke that, and now we're going to repair it. This is where your slip comes in handy. Always have a spray bottle handy when you're working with clay. We're going to score it. Then we're going to put a little slip on it. That slip acts as glue. And we'll put a new handle on it. There. It's just that simple. We're going to give it a little bit of a shape. And then we'll anchor it down with a little bit more slip. Once this slip is dried, I'll sand it nice and smooth and set it aside to completely dry. And once I get about 50 more kitchen items made, I can take them to the ceramist to be fired. I will be sharing the construction of the kitchen items as we go along. I also have some other clay projects I'm going to be doing in between the miniatures. And there we are. And now let's move on to the little dish that goes with it. Have you figured it out yet? I'll tell you the answer on Small Talk Sunday. I see them periodically in the antique shop, and one of these days I'm going to buy one. Or I might even find one thrifting. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed our little haul and our little craft. Please like and subscribe. Share my thrifting and crafting channel with your thrifting and crafting friends. Let me know in the comments below if you figured it out. Check us out on Instagram and tap that notification button for upcoming announcements for thrifts and crafts. But most of all, have a lovely, lovely day.